So I know that currently, given the circumstances, a lot of folks are thinking about and more than likely actually actively engaging in making purchases for themselves and or likely potentially for others. And granted, there may be wants, but I think that right now it's more important to focus on the need rather than the want. Unless, for instance, maybe the want and the need are the same. And given the current circumstances that we are experiencing right now, not just, here in the United States, in this country, or whatever state or city you live in, but globally, the various global and local changes are emphasizing the need, in my opinion, for self-sustainability and readiness in uncertain times, but ultimately at all times. So there are a few things here that I want to share with you guys. A quick list, really. And all I ask is that you just hear me out and feel free to comment. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you got any questions. Today, I was reminded that a global event was taking place in California and San Francisco, which was crazy, honestly, because the way it was explained and described to me was, you know what they did, right? They would never do that for us. All the while, the governor of California had just recently returned from his trip from the land of the rising sun, basically. And, he was extremely enthusiastic and excited about these EV electric vehicles that this country is creating. But that's neither here nor there. I think there are a lot of warning signs of things that are happening, things that are going on that we really should be paying attention to. And the importance of gathering and collecting and readiness and preparedness goes beyond just survival, but ability. Okay. And I'm gonna explain that to you in just a moment. So it's a quick list, super simple, super easy. We've talked about this numerous times before. And if you have the ability to buy and acquire and collect and stockpile, the necessary inputs for growing your own food, seeds, what have you, other ways of being able to provide and offer sustenance for, a meal and the necessary protein needed. Hey, there's nothing wrong with getting, and there's actually multiple reasons why I would definitely consider doing this now, sooner rather than later. A good hunting rifle and a good scope, because obviously we know that we have challenges that we face against our own constitutional Second Amendment rights, basically, and the ability to not only protect ourselves, but provide. And those freedoms may disappear in a short period of time, be gone before you know it. And then what are you going to do? I know, not too long ago, law-abiding, licensed, registered gun owners, rifle owners were immediately became felons through some unbelievable change instituted illegally by the ATF overnight. And the only way out of it was to give up your rights or pay some sort of tax. And that's what it comes down to, is the money, which I've talked about this numerous times before, but it's becoming more and more clear. I hope you guys are really seeing exactly what I mean by this. A medical case kind of goes without saying. Communication is going to be key in case there is a disruption. And this is not just stemming from the potential threats that we face and the warnings from the White House and various other government agencies and the FBI of potential attacks here, sleeper cells being activated and attacking our critical infrastructure, water, electrical, banking, communication. If you can blind your enemy for a second, the loss could be great. But if you can wipe out all their communications and put them in total darkness for hours or possibly even days, well, then I would really hate to think about the total magnitude of the catastrophe that could ensue from that. And last but not least, I would have some form of solar powered storage system and power generation system. And it's interesting because the biggest challenge we face with this is having the ability to, one, decide and decipher what's going to be best for me and my family and my needs, but also how is it going to be possible to afford this? But the overall message here is to understand the importance of being self-sufficient, self-reliant, and prepared for a range of potential challenges. Okay, now, the importance here is that when the time comes, if or when that time comes, and you're not prepared, then odds are there may be some restriction, some block, some hindrance, some obstacle in your way by way of credit cards being shut down, central bank digital currency restricting purchases, the grid being down, EMP strike, banks not connecting and not conducting business and transactions, the whole nine, okay? But then the other thing is obviously we're well aware of Big Brother, right? So in essence, if they see what you're doing and how you're doing it, then ultimately then it can potentially make you become a target. Therefore, the greater the possibility is of flying under the radar while you do this, the better. And essentially why I have tried to explain this as best I can for months now about the importance of cash, okay? And not only the importance of cash now, but also the importance of no debt. I told you guys yesterday, we're done with debt, okay? And debt eats equity, debt eats survival, debt eats preparedness, debt eats every opportunity that you could possibly have to try and be prepared and be ready, okay? But it was funny because I was thinking about it when I was making these videos before, and I would mention how cash is king, and I would get so much pushback and I get so much opposition. But now I realize that even I too am waking up from time to time because I'm thinking that no, there's some good people out there that really want to have this information. They really want to learn. They really want to know. They really want help. They really want to grow. They really want to have this network and this community of like-minded individuals. But no, it's not just them. There are sleeper cells. There's opposition. There are enemies out there that literally want to see so many people fail and just lose and just be wiped out, that they would invest the time, effort, energy, and financial investment into making that happen, even if they can't physically quantify how successful they are. Now, I put up a video yesterday, I believe, and I received a comment on this video from a bot. And this comment from this bot, this AI programming, was so sophisticated. It's blowing my mind what they're capable of, but also the reasons why they're doing it, because now the reasons why they're doing it isn't as clear and as cut and dry as it used to be. Now, I'm going to keep an eye on it because I think that over the next few weeks, few days, I'm probably going to see what I anticipate the ulterior motive being here. But you can't put it past any of these folks from anywhere around the world that have any access to the internet, whether it be through CCP or Russia or Israel or Palestine or Ukraine or any Starlink internet connection, if they can get on the web, then they have the potential to do damage. They have the potential to do harm. And they have the potential to infiltrate those who aren't quite as savvy as you and I. So we are technically at war, folks. We have been for quite a while. It's just that now this war is taking on a new shape. The enemy is becoming less clear, and the potential of this World War III scenario is growing. But again, be ready, get ready, be prepared. And don't be a slave to the system. Don't be a slave to the system or any creditors. Be resilient, be self-sufficient. And this is going to be huge moving forward because Q1 and Q2 of 2024 are going to be unreal, unbelievable, insanity. And we have to learn to survive and live off the land. And basically we have to do that for the most part. And this is literally and figuratively, folks, in certain instances. And the elites have their game plan in place. They do. We need to have our own strategy to counter their attack. And I'm not going to say like Jeff Bezos just happened to move to Florida all of a sudden to be near his parents because he misses them. I mean, he's got a bunker. He's got a damn bunker, okay? Now, granted, there's other reasons why he would have left. I think he lived in Portland or Seattle or something. There's numerous reasons why he would leave to go to Florida, come to Florida, here to Florida. Granted, we're worlds apart in Florida where I live and where he lives. But to relocate to somewhere where you have a safe room and a doomsday bunker, doomsday shelter, it says a lot, okay? The dude's he's got the ability to go into outer space, okay? I'm just saying, like, tensions are rising, conflicts are stirring up. The current administration is questionable at best, and some of the richest and most powerful men and women in the world are readying their plan to evacuate, to protect themselves, lock down, distance themselves, and or leave the frickin' planet. It's wild. It's crazy. All the while, they're trying to distract folks with holiday shopping specials and holiday shopping deals and Black Friday sales. It's all part of the distraction, but retribution is coming. And we have to trust in the Almighty. Look out for your neighbors. Look out for your family in time of need. Stay safe, stay smart, stay frosty, and most importantly, stay out of debt, okay? Stay away from them credit cards, okay? Cash is king.